Rams and the Lions. Here's new head coach Jeff Fisher saying, so I had Vince Young and that didn't work. Now I got Bradford, who's a little bit better. Matthew Stafford says, I'll show you how things are done in Motown. Watch this. Oh, no, wait. That's not a guy on my team. It's Janoris Jenkins, the rookie, with a 34-yard interception return. Take a look at it again. Just a bad pass by Matthew Stafford. Just throws it to a wide-open Janoris Jenkins in the white jersey. Rams would go up 3-0 on a field goal. Second quarter, Lions trailing 3-0. Stafford says, all right, enough of this foolishness. I'm going to throw it to Calvin Johnson because it worked so well in 2011. What Madden curse? Down to the 2-yard line, they would punch it in. A couple of plays later, Detroit would take the lead 7-3. Second quarter, Lions still leading 7-3. Matthew Stafford says, this is how we do things in again, another interception. Jolon Dunbar, 42-yard pick return, leads to a 29-yard field goal, 7-6 Lions. Matthew Stafford, next possession, says, okay, now I'll show you how things are done in Detroit. You think so? Here's how we do. I'm going to throw it to the flat, and I'm looking for... There was a DB named Cortland Finnegan. He scored touchdowns with his chin again. A 31-yard pick six. The Rams would take a 13-7 lead. Nice play. Matthew Stafford has to stop throwing it to the other team. So on this play, he decides, I'm going to throw it to Calvin Johnson and see what happens. 51 yards downfield, Johnson goes up, makes the catch, loses his head, actually his helmet, and he comes down and he is okay. Watch this replay again. Great concentration by Johnson, who gets his helmet knocked off by Craig Dahl. They would get a field goal and trail 13-10. Fourth quarter now, game is tied at 13, fifth play of the drive, 2nd and 9 on the Lions 23. Sam Bradford looking deep along the sideline. Brandon Gibson for a 23-yard touchdown. Pretty play. They would take a lead 20-13, but an injury on the field. Offensive lineman Roger Saffold gets pushed back and jams his neck into the back of a defensive player. Scary moment right there, and he just kind of goes down. Rams players would gather together for prayer as Saffold would get carted off the field with a neck injury. He would not return to the game. Next Lions possession now, trying to cut into this lead, down 20-13. Stafford connects with Brandon Pettigrew, sets up first and goal on the Rams' 5-yard line. Next play, it's Kevin Smith chasing Amy into the end zone for a touchdown. Game is now tied at 20. So now it's the Rams' turn. Sam Bradford, who had a pretty nice game, looking to lead him back. Brandon Gibson again on the side. Pump fake, 11 yards. It would lead to a Greg Zuerlein 46-yard field goal. Rams lead 23-20 Bradford, 198 and a touchdown on the day. So time running out for Matthew Stafford. He looks for Nate Burleson for 20 yards. Stafford says, yeah, that's nice, but let's get up here. Come on, we got to show them we do things in Motown. 4 plays later, 30 seconds left. Stafford looking for Calvin Johnson, 18 yards down to the 5. Calvin Johnson, 6 catches for 111 yards on the day. 2 plays later, 15 seconds left. Again, mall ratting his way into the end zone is Kevin Smith. Jeff Fisher says, oh, man, we just lost this game. Jim Schwartz ecstatic saying, I knew Matthew Stafford could do it. 355, a touchdown, and those 3 picks. Lions win it 27-23.
I want to welcome those of you that just watched the completion of the Lions and the 49. Oh, there we go.
You think they talked before?
No hug. I needed a bro hug.
That was fake. That was fake. By the cameras were on there. That was a phony hug.
That was fake. Here comes the real deal. Is Mario Manningham.
What an addition he's been for the San Francisco 49ers. It's a great reverse right there.
Gets it inside the Lions 42 plays later. Alex Smith, not spectacular. Solid, though, going to Vernon Davis.
I like that play. Alex Smith, he checked that off. He saw it was one-on-one coverage. He looked out there and saw the big fella. He said, let's go get him. And he did just
that. Drive lasted just over a minute, by the way. Matthew Stafford. That was
great pass. I don't know where that ball got away.
He hit him right in between the numbers.
Deshaun Goldson was
wrong guy.
This guy can play, though. He can play.
4 plays later, it's now 4th and 4 for the Niners. They really couldn't move it. So David Akers, remember, he was good from 63 last week. So this one from 35. This is chip shot. Okay, that's fine. But watch what happens with a couple of lines there. Coleman, Drayton Florence.
This is the sign of youth.
Yeah.
All right,
when you do stupid stuff like the veteran teams don't make those mistakes.
It mirrors their off-season activities with their in-season activities.
Harbaugh took the points off the board.
What you trying to say?
Pretty good move. Randy Moss here. He gets decisions. There's PI. We saw that all the time.
And then come right back to it, which is both penalties get San Francisco right down in 1st and first and goal.
Yeah, that was on Jake Lacey. So we're changing ends after the quarter. That's what they do. Frank Gore.
That's a bam once you get Frank Gore the ball inside the 1-yard line. That's a wrap.
Ran hard today, man.
What?
Ran hard.
Man, he runs behind his pads.
21
downhill.
club, 21 reasons.
Hold on, wait, he a back, man.
And
All right, well, no, you know what? Let's get back on it. Marshall, here's Frank Gore again.
See that little move right there? That's called rocking him to sleep.
it ain't like the corner
Marshall,
really moves.
you were telling me earlier how you had to talk to him about being patient.
He's a downhill runner, and downhill runners sometimes are not patient. And he likes to run behind his pads, and now he's being patient, waiting for his blocks. And, man, he's putting moves on people and running through people.
Niners up 8 in the fourth. Oh, that one goes right through Mario Manningham. He didn't. This isn't for who, for what, Ricky Waters, is it?
Somebody forgot to tell him they don't hit you across the middle anymore.
He thought he saw Rod L coming at him.
David Akers good from 48, so it's 20-9. Then Matthew Stafford looking for Megatron. Michael, is he going to get 2,000?
Boy, I tell you what, that San Francisco 49ers defense,
that was
they
a
don't
nice
give
route.
up much of anything, but that was a nice connection.
That one good for 26. Then Stafford taking himself for 11. Okay, they're moving. Now they're going the wrong way. Ahmad Brooks, one of those defenders you don't really talk about when you're talking about San Francisco, but Dion, he can play a little bit.
No, not only can he play, I mean, he's definitely something to be reckoned with. He really is. They have so many great athletes on the defensive side of the ball, but this guy can play the game.
Led to a Jason Hanson field goal. That's all they got to that point. Just 4 field goals out of him. And now Smith, Michael Crabtree, is this the year he finally...
Dallas!
Well, you're getting some competition. They brought in other guys, Manningham right there, Randy Moss, and it seems like it's putting a little boost in Crabtree.
All right, Alex Smith, it's fine to run, and he does so, but you got to buckle it up.
You got to call this, man.
Nothing wrong with that.
You got to call.
Nothing wrong with that. He slid in the last minute.
No, he hit him in the head. You can't hit a slide.
He has on a helmet with a face mask.
He's gonna have a little pink slip on his chair when he get back to the locker room on Monday.
Look at Crabtree making the big play right there. That's the tough play. I don't care about all the guys running deep. I want to see the guys catch a slant. Be a man.
How's that bloody nose? Brady week 1, Smith week 2? And how about this?
He's option number 1 for them. How does he get wide open?
He had to shoot the jumper. Remember last week he got stuffed?
Yeah, he's smart.
To fall away.
Yeah.
Tony Gonzalez 60 and he still does it. That's impressive.
The nose?
Just seeing the blood trickle down his face.
They played 3 straight home games.
I hate to interrupt, bud.
Against Buffalo, the Giants, and Seattle.
Yeah, that was fake.
That was a church hug. A church hug where you just lean in and keep your butt out.
But Alex Smith, he mirrors Jim Harbaugh. Like that personality that Harbaugh had when he played.
No.
I'm seeing it in Alex Smith. Just being tough.
I'm not with you on that one.
That's fine.
What a game in Nashville. The Lions and the Titans. Jim Schwartz returns to Tennessee. Worked on the defensive side of the football for 10 years. Jake Locker. Impressive afternoon he would have. Let's go back to the Music City Miracle. Darren, I think you were in season 3 in the league.
Yes, I was.
Frank Wycheck did this. Was that a forward pass?
It was a lateral
It was a lateral
pass. It was parallel to the line that they measured it from. Now I'm speaking
Almost.
of geometrical.
I think you were drawing a crooked line, sir.
Yeah, but it kind of wavered, but it was parallel.
Okay, with that in mind, check out Darius Renaud. Is this a lateral? Yes. And does Tommy Campbell have room to run?
I would say so.
Untouched.
What? I don't know what happened with the punter right there, but he just either got himself hurt or just showed no desire to actually make the play.
Yeah, that's the lack of desire.
Titans lead 10
there.
Business
6.
decision, like they say.
Business decision.
Business decision.
Well, Ben Graham injured his left calf, so he was hurt.
Okay, so we're going to cut him. That's why I just, thank you for clearing that up.
Fourth quarter.
Insult to injury.
The real highlights come later in this game. 2019 Lions, fourth quarter. Matt Stafford looking for Nate Burleson. Play action.
Look at that sidearm.
Change the throwing angle.
The ageless one.
And to throw that ball as quickly as he did, change the release point, that was special.
2-point conversion good. So the ensuing kickoff.
It is.
Darius Renaud again, not passing this time, just sprinting down the right sideline.
He accounted for 2 touchdowns in this day. Darius Renaud had a great preseason to win the return job, and now it's paying dividends for that Tennessee Titan team.
I think
great return.
I think the Detroit Lions learned last year you have to be more disciplined to get to the top of the NFL mountain. Today they learned that you have to be good on special teams as well.
Jake Locker was good today. Nate Washington.
Oh,
man,
what do you call that? That's that whole
good fortune.
No, that's called the peanuts thing you talked about. He picked that ball right off the head of the defender.
He went past the head. He picked it off his back. Now that's more than peanuts. I got to come up with another name for that one.
Well, this is a real. That's
highway robbery.
Yeah. Highway. I was looking for a Darren Sharper kind of.
Thievery.
That's the kind of play you would have made, right?
I don't know. That's a heady play by that defender. That's Mr. Werner.
Werner, 72-yard
great
return.
job taking it from the receiver. Because the receiver didn't have a chance to see where he's coming from, sneak up on him.
And that's
that's a little
a big
thievery.
tight end. You can't
That's
allow
a little thievery right there.
Yeah, that's Brandon Pettigrew allowing Werner to do that.
You can't have that.
I think Stafford
strip him of the football.
Stafford made a business decision right there.
Yeah, another pull right there. They said he had a pulled calf.
Sean Hill comes in for him.
Damian Williams unable to catch the onside kick, recovered by Amari Spivey.
Spivey didn't know whether or not he had the authority and the right to take that in. He seemed waver a little bit.
7 seconds left in the game. Now Sean Hill.
Sean Hill is a decent backup in the National Football League.
Yeah, he stepped in a couple years ago and led his team to a couple victories.
This is Titus Young, and that's a touchdown.
That happens once a year, doesn't it?
And that's the thing. In this play right here, as you'll see, this guy, the linebacker 56 should not be jumping for that football. You have one guy that's designated as the jumper to knock the ball out. The other guys are supposed to be block out guys and block out the defenders from getting the ball on a rebound.
Titus Young, unbelievable play. Sean Hill, the Young, game tied 41. And Jake Locker in overtime. Damian Williams, 13-yard game. That led to a 26-yard Barones field goal. 44-41 Titans.
Jake Locker, 378, 2 scores today.
If you're Sean Hill, who are you looking for?
I'm looking for Calvin Johnson.
81 all day.
Look at that. In the middle of 4 Titan defenders, too.
And that lets
Calvin
you know
Johnson
the
goes
new
up to get it.
age of the NFL. Everyone's scared to take a shot at him.
Good point.
Third down and 8. Mikael LaSure gets 7 yards, comes up just short. So going for it now on 4th and 1 because 3 would tie it.
Sean Hill, what are you going to do? What are we going to do?
It's that far.
What are you going to do? I'm going to kick the field goal.
It's hot in Tennessee. We're ready to go home.
I'm going to kick the field goal and tie
We're just going to try to, why?
Quarterback sneak and the Titans defensive line coming up big there. Pushing Sean Hill back, and that's how it ends.
Now,
not even close.
Look, I don't profess to know all the NFL rules, and they're changing. I mean, if you tie that up, we keep playing football, don't we?
Yeah.
So why not tie it up?
It's not a tie.
You have your backup quarterback in.
The theory sometimes on the road.
Yeah.
I
don't know. It's easy to second guess from this.
Always
position,
easy.
That's why we're here, right?
Yeah.
Lions, Matthew Stafford. The rule today, don't try to chase people down when you throw a pick 6. Just let it go. Adrian Peterson. They come into the game with an 11-game losing streak in the NFC North. Opening kickoff, it's to Percy Harvin. That's a lot of blue shirts. Okay, nobody pull a hamstring. Jason Hansen, run off the field. Just run. That's it. Run off the field. You're not going to catch him. That's very good. Very good. Percy Harvin into the end zone. 7-0 Minnesota Vikings. Could this losing streak be coming to an end? Second quarter, Vikings lead 10-3. They have the ball 1st and 15 at their own 5. Adrian Peterson, and it looks like the real Adrian Peterson, out of a tackle, out of another tackle. Out of another tackle. 18-yard gain. Blair Walsh should kick a field goal to put the Vikings up 13-3. Second quarter, Matthew Stafford looking for Calvin Johnson for the 19-yard gain. 1st and 10 at midfield. The drive would result in a 31-yard field goal by Jason Hansen. So the score would be 13-6 Vikings. The Vikings get the ball back. 2nd and 10, their own 22. Percy Harvin can't haul in the Christian Ponder pass, but it doesn't matter. Jerome Simpson does. Jerome, where's my mirror? 1st and 10 Vikings. Simpson in the right place at the right time in his first game back after suspension. Third quarter, Lions ball, 4th and 10 in their own 33. Marcus Sherrills returns the Nick Harris punt, 77 yards. This is the definition of a convoy of men escorting you to the end zone. It's like the entire team is escorting him into the end zone. I could have scored. 20-6 Vikings. Although it would have taken me longer to run down there. But I had a lot of guys blocking for me. Lions get the ball, 4th possession of the quarter, 1st and 10 of the Vikings 45. Mikael LaSure goes for 15 yards and then coughs it up and gets kicked around. Jamarcus Sanford recovers. Vikings take over on their own 29. Still third quarter, Vikings have the ball. Adrian Peterson cuts left, back right, 15-yard gain. Peterson would have 21 carries for 102 yards in this one. Fourth quarter, Lions have the ball for the first time. 1st and 10, they're on 47. Matt Stafford looking for Calvin Johnson, who gets tapped lightly by Chad Greenway, as you're going to see right here. Ooh! Johnson shaken up on the play. Take another look. Greenway's helmet hits Calvin Johnson's face mask. Johnson tested on the sideline. He would return. Calvin, you realize how many touchdowns you have this year, Calvin? Count with me. I'm on my left hand. Ready? I'm going to count. I'm going to count touchdowns. 1, 2, 3. No, you have one. One touchdown. You're okay? You're okay. Great. Lions get the ball back later on. 3rd and 10 at the Vikings 29. Matt Stafford to Joyke Bell. 23-yard gain. Later on in the drive, it's 3rd and goal on the 1. Matt Stafford. I'm going to take it myself. Don't strain that hamstring. He leaps over from a yard out. It's ruled a touchdown on the field. Take another look. A little generous giving of the touchdown to the Detroit Lions because I don't think Stafford got it over. He pulled it back well enough, but I don't think he got it over, but it didn't matter. They called it a touchdown. Vikings led 20-13. So Vikings get the ball back, 2nd and 11 on their own 19. Ponder looking for Jerome Simpson. Jerome! Where's my mirror? 27-yard gain. Vikings taking some valuable time off the clock before they're forced to punt. Less than a minute left to go. Lions' last chance. Matt Stafford trying to get close to midfield on this one. Finds Calvin Johnson for a 17-yard gain. First down Lions on their own 39. Uh-oh, we're going to get a Hail Mary. Remember that thing about simultaneous possession. Simultaneous. Matt Stafford, though, doesn't really get sacked by Everson Griffin as much as Matt Stafford sat down and said, yeah, I'm not going to take the hit. We're going to lose. And the Vikings do win, and the Lions lose 20-13.
And a win? Mm-hmm. Well, that win was going to be tough to come by. Matthew Stafford, not a real strong start. Same thing for Michael Vick in this game.
Something we've seen
waiting
before.
For these offenses to get going. Vick fumbling the snap, does dive on it to maintain possession.
It was bad football. It was. For the first 30 minutes, it was bad football.
Kept looking at the scoreboard, waiting for it to change.
These are two of the more potent, potentially more potent offenses in the league.
Suppose that was Vick's only fumble of the day?
Probably not.
That was not. You're correct.
Law of averages.
4 plays later, 2nd and 7. Vick fumbles the snap.
I tell you what, that's elementary football.
It is. I mean,
quarterback center exchange.
The center says first thing on your list of things.
He was not ready.
Don't snap the football at the head of your quarterback when he's not looking.
It's a good rule. Stephen Tulloch, though, happy to pounce on that one. 2nd quarter. 1st down and 5 here. Matthew Stafford looking for Calvin Johnson. Even when he's double covered, you can throw it to him.
Wow. Because he still may go up and get it.
But he hits Nnamdi Asomugha in stride.
Again, I mean, they've made hay by doing just that in the last year plus.
Michael Vick going to give it back. A lot of pressure there in the pocket. Lewis Delmas with the pick.
If you played safety in this game, you knew you were going to get some opportunity to make plays. Just sit back and wait.
Again, it was first 30 minutes, bad football.
Michael Vick, little flick to LaShawn McCoy, finds his way across the stripe. Eagles up 7-6 at halftime.
Needs to be used more. Come on, Mark Mordenwig. Come on.
We say that every week.
Yeah. Every week.
Every single week.
Yeah. They don't watch our show? Come on.
No.
Not while they're playing.
Listen.
4th quarter. That is a completion for Matthew Stafford to Calvin Johnson. Tried to leap in. Doesn't quite make it. Pushed out by Kurt Coleman. 1st and goal on the 1.
For the 5th time this year, the Detroit Lions trailing in the 4th quarter of a football game.
Matthew Stafford now up in play action. We don't often see number 9 keep it himself, but when you're this open,
take it, keep it.
How about when you have 2 defenders on Calvin Johnson?
He just did the LT little flip there.
My guess has got to be as well that when you're game planning for the Lions, trying to stop Matthew Stafford from running the football is not high on your list of priorities.
16-13 now, inside of 6 minutes left. Vick to a wide open Jeremy Maclin. There he goes, 70-yard score.
On the goalpost. I mean, how can a guy get that?
Okay, so now you're at home. You're at home, right? You have a 10-point lead with 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go. You will have to salt that away if, in fact, you are a playoff team that can win a championship.
Well, this is not moving in that direction, Tom. That's Nate Burleson, 17-yard score, 3-point lead at 23-20.
Nate's on the all-celebration team, but they're still down 3.
Stafford now looking for, who else? Calvin Johnson, flushed out to his left.
And you know why this is happening? Because they can't run the football. They don't commit to running the football to end a game.
Well, he was initially ruled out of bounds. Play was reviewed. He did keep both feet in. Lions kicked a field goal.
That's impressive.
With no time remaining, so we are headed to overtime. Jim Schwartz says first down. He said he's very happy.
Jim Harbaugh ran across the field and slapped him on the back.
Eagles forced the punt. And Matt McBriar punting to Stephon Logan. Fields the punts. And he's eventually going to be hit hard by Akeem Jordan. Ball comes out.
Guess what? Lands in his belly. Oh, my God.
That's
Pops in the air.
Yes, you know it's your day.
Logan recovers it.
That football definitely bounces and
rolls over.
And right back to Logan. Wow.
How about that?
The Lions ball in midfield. 5 plays later, they're facing 4th down and 3. 45 yards, Jason Hanson. Yes?
Of course it's yes.
And yes, it is.
Again, you can't have any sympathy for the Eagles. Then they're in their own building with a 10-point lead with 5 minutes to go, and Jim Schwartz is beyond excited.
He should be.
But you know what?
Needed that win.
Maybe this is the spark that the Lions are looking for to get them back on track. It's been a very rough start to the season, but the Eagles, look, I'm at a loss for words in explaining what.
Win the Super Bowl, and since that day, people have questioned his toughness. Let's get to the highlight.
Matthew Stafford, 1-3 career as a starter against the Bears, and Jay Cutler, as you said, would prove he's a pretty tough dude. First quarter, no score. Matt Forte runs left.
Yeah, he's tough.
39 yards.
Tough to bring down, too.
Down to the Lions. 7 is where he was brought down. Forte had 71 yards in the first half. Next play, 1st and goal now. Here's Cutler. He finds Brandon Marshall. 7-yard touchdown. The Bears lead 7-0. Look at Marshall's arm. Get that guy a bandage or something. Got blood dripping down.
No, that's about being a football player.
That's downright dirty. 2 Bears possessions later. Jay Cutler scrambling. He gets a little 24-yard pickup there. Corey Williams gets called for a personal foul. That moves down to the Lions 21. That leads to a 39-yard field goal, and the Bears lead 10-0. Second quarter now. Cutler pressured, and here's that play. That's a whole lot of man coming down on Jay Cutler, an 8-yard loss, but that'll knock the wind out of you. That'll take your ribs out just a bit. It'll shake your head up just a bit.
Look at Sue checking on him, though. That's not the Sue that we know.
Saying that's a kind-hearted and dominant.
It looks like a lion in the Serengeti taking down his prey. That is what that looks like. Cutler would leave. He would come back, though.
He says now bruised ribs after the game. Bruised ego here for Stephon Logan. Again, he mishandles a punt. This is third quarter. Zach Bowman just signed back off the street with the recovery.
He was making a lot of bad decisions.
Got to hold on to the ball. Leads to a Robbie Gould 21-yard field goal. Lions get the ball back. Matthew Stafford and a Burleson, and here's an injury here for a Lion. And it's a wide receiver, and it's his right leg. It's caught underneath him.
Praying for you, Nate. Hopefully just a hyperextension. We'll see.
Nate Burleson in front of the program. We send our best. 9 plays later, 1st and goal from the 2. Stafford over the head of Calvin Johnson, but Peanut.
Yeah, but how about the job Peanut did all game against Calvin Johnson?
Pass interference there.
Great play.
They go back on 1st down.
This is what we grew accustomed to seeing last year end up in 6 points. This year, not so much. Great coverage. Great coverage by Peanut.
Charles Tillman gets a hand in there. At that point, Calvin Johnson only 1 catch for 6 yards. Next play, they go to the ground. Joyce Bell, if you're going to hold that ball over and try to get it over the goal line, you got to hold on. He could not do it. And it's going to be a fumble. Brian Urlacher recovers. They review it. It's Bears football right there in the 1. Let's go to the 4th quarter now. Still 13-0. Lions trying to get something going. Stafford to Calvin Johnson for 12 yards and a 1st down to the 30. That is only his 2nd catch of the game. 3 plays later, Stafford again wants Calvin Johnson. Picked off by Chris Conti at the Bears 20. But they'd review it, and they overturn it. They say incomplete, it hit the ground. 4 plays later, you are not going to overturn that. It's dropped. Major Wright could not hang on. Next play, 3rd and goal. The 11th play of the drive. Incomplete, back in the end zone, Calvin Johnson. They're going for it now, 4th down. 12th play of the drive. Have to score. Under 3 to go. Stafford flushed out and picked off. DJ Moore.
4th down, just trying to make a play. But
that is not a good look right there.
You see the snot bubbles? I saw the snot bubbles.
He'd be okay. The Bears would eventually punt. Lions get the ball back. Here, Stafford to Titus Young for 21. That gets it down to the 35. We're now under a minute remaining. Lions out of timeouts. Stafford again to Titus Young. My dog was named Titus, by the way, growing up. Did I tell you that?
No.
Okay, that's good for 23 down to the
next play. Next play.
2 plays later. Ryan Broyles, touchdown. First NFL touchdown for the former Oklahoma Sooner. It's a 13-7 ball game. Onside kick. Got to go onside kick.
Oh, got to get a better onside kick.
Earl Bennett.
Earl?
Jay Cutler's Vanderbilt teammate, Earl Bennett, with the recovery. And again, Cutler says ribs on the right side. Bruised ribs. He hung in there, he played. Jason Campbell briefly, but at the end, it's Brian Urlacher and Jake Cutler winning this game, 13-7. And Urlacher afterwards with our Michelle Beisner.
Seahawks and the Lions. Who said Matthew Stafford was a bad start in fantasy this week? Not us. Okay, we kind of did. Russell Wilson leading all rookie quarterbacks with 4 wins this season, looking for number 5. Second quarter, Seahawks ball trailing 7-3. Here's Marshawn Lynch. And 77 yards later, he is into the end zone. Look at Marshawn Lynch run away from everybody. And those shoes, you can't stop but staring at those shoes he's got on. Seahawks on top now, 10-7. Lions ball trailing 17-7, 3rd and 11 on the Seahawks 46. Matthew Stafford avoids the rush, looks for Titus Young, who's got it for a 46-yard touchdown. Lions still trailing 17-14. Wow, Stafford's a fast runner. He got down there really fast. Third quarter now, Seahawks ball up 17-14. Russell Wilson looking for Sidney Rice. Instead, he finds Ricardo Silva, who unfortunately plays for the Lions. Silva picks it off, takes it back 26 yards. Lions ball on their own 44-yard line. So now the Lions looking to capitalize on this. 1st and 10, their own 44. Matthew Stafford looking for Calvin Johnson. No, it's not a touchdown, but anything that happens with Calvin Johnson is a positive for the Lions. 25 yards, his first catch of the day, and it's almost the 4th quarter. Where have you gone, Calvin Johnson? A nation. 4th quarter, 8 plays later, 3rd and goal, the Seahawks won. Matthew Stafford saying, I'm going to do it myself. Rolls out, doesn't see anybody, and goes in for the touchdown, the 1-yard scamper. Lions take the lead, 21-17. So the Seahawks trying to answer. They get the ball back down 21-17. 4th and 2 on the Lions 32. This is big. Russell Wilson looking for Golden Tate. Oh, that Notre Dame undefeated magic continues. Wilson keeps the drive alive. 2 plays later, 1st and 10 on the Lions 16-yard line. Russell Wilson looking for Zach Miller. And this is going to be a 16-yard touchdown pass. Great pass by the rookie. Dropping the pickle barrel right there. Seahawks take the lead, 24-21. Now it's the Lions' turn. Does Matthew Stafford have one more score in him? 1st and 10, their own, 25.5 left to go. Calvin Johnson, complete for 15 yards. See, when mere mortals cover Calvin Johnson, or teams decide, we'll just cover him with one guy, yeah, Calvin's going to do pretty well. 11 plays later, 2nd and 10 in the Seahawks 12. Matthew Stafford looking for Calvin Johnson. Oh, and he drops a short touchdown. Boy, this Madden cursing is really serious. Calvin Johnson is no longer underperforming now. He's flat out dropping touchdowns. This is Megatron. It's in his hands. Oh, star screen, you have failed me again. Matthew Stafford can't believe it. Instead, Stafford finds Joyke Bell for 11 yards down to the 1-yard line. 3 plays later, it's 3rd and goal. You think this could be Matthew Stafford again. He's their best running back after all. Instead, no, it's Titus Young for the 1-yard touchdown. Lions take the lead 28-24. Stafford goes for 352 and 3 scores. Last chance for the Seahawks down 28-24. Wilson pass complete to Charlie Martin. Laterals it to Golden Tate. Golden Tate, luck of the Irish. No, the ball is fumbled. Ricardo Silva catches it. Lions win 28-24. Wilson! I'm sorry! Wilson!
All right, it's time for our very first highlight of the day. We told you one game is final, the Lions and the Jaguars. Calvin Johnson active after missing practice with a left knee injury. And Matthew Stafford only found Tony Scheffler 2 times today. Nice job of looking down the middle and coming back. An excellent piece of footwork there by Scheffler.
I'd like to see Tony celebrate this because, as we know, he's on the all-celebration team.
With hideous celebration.
No doubt. That's what makes them so good. They're so bad, they're good. But look at that. Very calm.
Calvin Johnson, that catch right there led to a field goal. But Calvin Johnson was big today, over 100 yards.
Literally.
I think he's always big,
literally
right?
and figuratively.
Still has not been on the receiving end of a Matthew Stafford touchdown pass.
What week is this?
That's crazy.
What week
this
is
their 8th game.
Unbelievable.
He did have 7 catches, 129 yards, averaging a little over 18 yards per catch, which is not too bad.
He had 11 touchdown catches at this point last year. How about that? Now, with that said, this was a very efficient effort from the Lions offense today.
3rd down and 8 here. Picking up a 3rd down. That's a perfect pass. He almost got in. Thought about getting in.
You're what, 6'5", 315-pound wide receiver? You got to just drag him in, don't you?
He must not have himself on his own fantasy team.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe not.
Mikael LaSure would score to make it 14-0, and he was big today as well. 16 carries, 70 yards.
Huge.
How about that balance from the Lions? We never really think of this offense and think of balance, but today 285 through the air, 149 on the ground.
I'm not sure they've had the ability to be balanced.
That's right.
Best always being out with the head concussion issues, but this team now, Joyke Bell stepping up as well.
The Jaguars have not been really that balanced.
No.
Looking for Justin Blackmon, picked off by Eric Coleman.
Well, they show balance because they've been equal opportunity bad throwing it and running it. So I guess that would be balance, wouldn't it?
Let's see, different kind of balance.
Yeah.
Blaine Gabbert there, and that's interception not on him. Off of Rashad Jennings, picked off by Jonte Green, return 18 yards to the 38.
Any chance that this Lions team's now making a run? You feeling it, Heath?
You know, I don't know. When you look at their schedule on the way out, I'm just not sure this team is disciplined or tough enough to get it done.
4th quarter, Lions on top, 24-8. Joyke Bell.
Ooh. Hey, look sweet. I just don't advise it. Keep your feet on the ground, young fella.
Chris Brzezinski.
Or at the very least, invest in a cup. Because, I mean, that's a very dangerous move.
If Cox would have been one step closer, yeah, he might have needed a cup.
Looks pretty when it works out, though. Very next play. Joyke Bell, is he going to leave his feet? Well, he ends up in the end zone. We know that much. Lions up 31-8 at that point, and an easy win in Jacksonville. They didn't have to wait to the 4th quarter to pull this one out.
Somebody told them it was actually
It's
okay to score points in the first half.
Right. You don't have to come from behind.
That's right.
The Lions, no issues, 31-14, and Jacksonville still just one victory. They fall to 1-7.
Lions and Vikings, and Adrian Peterson taking on Calvin Johnson.
Megatron.
And the Lions. And the Vikings trying to take control, going deep to right. He is the man who's replacing the injured Percy Harvin, playing his first game, the rookie out of Arkansas. Scoring right.
Plays.
You don't want right.
Couple of touches on the day.
I think he'll be up the rest of the year, you guys.
You think so? 4th quarter.
You know what time it is.
Oh, no. It's Christian Ponder to Kyle Rudolph, who is having a huge season.
It's a good play by Kyle Rudolph right there, focusing, keep his focus on the ball.
Listen, Jim Schwartz, he needs to address his team.
Matthew Stafford hitting Calvin Johnson. Still looking for that first touchdown grab from Stafford. He would eventually get it. You can see the flags coming all over the place.
Another on the 1-yard line.
He had a 200-yard game, 3rd time in his career he did that. What about Adrian Peterson?
He's a beast. He is a beast.
5th time in his career in 6 seasons. He tops the 1,000-yard mark, and he leads the NFL in rushing. 3rd straight game with at least a 60-yard carry, too. Unbelievable. Late going, down 2 touches. Stafford to Johnson. He loses it. Oh, yeah. Antoine Winfield recovers. And the Vikings, they go into the bye week 6-4.
NFC North battle in Detroit. The Lions taking a trip to the Motor City to take on, or the Lions, but they stayed home. It was the Packers who made the trip.
Yeah.
Did you get that, Tom?
I did.
Okay.
I was going to let you correct yourself.
And Aaron Rodgers made the trip as well. 15 touchdowns, 1 interception during the Packers' 4-game win streak. There's a touch. Jermichael
Finley sighting.
This is a great scheme by their offense. Watch the action to show like they're running a screen onto the right to get the linebackers to move. And now you release Jermichael Finley, tight end right across. Well designed, wide open.
That's a play you can only run a couple times a year because people will see this and then they'll be
that lets you know what they were doing during their bye week.
That's right.
They were
drawing things up on the chalkboard.
Calvin Johnson, big afternoon, 5 catches, 143 yards, gain of 21 there. Ended up in a LaSure touchdown. The Lions up 10-7.
Are you sure?
I was actually going to answer for a second there. A little behind here. Matt Stafford, ball stripped by Desmond Moses, recovered by Mike Daniels.
I love when the big fellas have the scrum for the football in the middle of the field, and it just, you got to be an athlete.
You know, I hate when they try to pick it up and run. Just fall on it.
Moses actually filling in for the injured Clay Matthews.
Quarterback got to protect that football, too. He carries that ball awful loose.
Opening possession of the second half, 3rd down and 13, Rodgers. And that's Nick Fairley. And the ball's out, fumble recovered by Jeff Saturday.
Nick Fairley had a heck of a ball game. Oh, my gosh.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Thought about it.
Picked him up and held him.
He did.
Good decision at the end.
He played a good ball game and a smart ball game.
You know what, honestly, and this is going to go back for 6.
MD Jennings for 6. Go ahead, Tom.
That could have ended the Green Bay Packers season. If Nick Fairley goes through with what he was starting, that season could be over.
Graham Harrell?
It might be over for both players because they will suspend Nick Fairley maybe for the rest of the season.
14-10, Stafford. Calvin Johnson.
Wow.
Ball could have easily been picked by Morgan Burnett.
Wow, right through his hands. What great concentration.
Should have been intercepted.
Calvin Johnson comes up with it.
Lions up 17-14. That was a 10-play, 78-yard drive. Fourth quarter, still 17-14. Mason Crosby had a tough afternoon.
Yes, he did.
He's had a tough last 5 games.
38 yards, hooked. He's missed 7 of his last 12 attempts.
Yes.
Greg Jennings? Is that Greg Jennings?
I don't know what he. I don't know. He thinks that that's funny. That's not funny at all.
Second down 9. Stafford, Titus Young, 24-yard Lion gain to the 10. 3 plays later, it's third down and goal from the 9. Matthew Stafford going right back to Titus Young. This time, though, falls incomplete.
They do their best work in the fourth quarter. There's no doubt about it. 118 points.
Tom, what do you call this, Tom? Is that a little grabbing right there?
Yeah, that's cheating.
No, it's no cheating.
It's cheating.
Did they call a flag?
They did not, but that doesn't mean that there wasn't a crime committed.
Field goal made it 20-14. How about some more Jermichael Finley? Like 40 yards more.
And they need Jermichael Finley to step up his game because he poses a threat to that offense and adds a weapon to that offense that makes them more difficult to slow down. They already have a lot of receivers.
Really added the threat.
This kid's unbelievable.
Right there. Randall Cobb, 9 catches today, a team high, and that touchdown,
and
too.
They've needed him to step up and be this type of player with Greg Jennings out. And he has just been dynamic in his second year in the league.
Packers up 21-20. Fourth down and 15, 1:31 left.
Is there magic? Do they have magic?
Stafford buying some extra time. Eventually going to let it go for Tony Scheffler.
We watched this play live and trying to figure out why Tramon Williams slowed down on that play.
But I don't think he's the guy that you want to throw it to. I think they wanted that to be Calvin Johnson, but
big win for the Packers. Big win for the Packers. Now they put themselves in a great spot. If the Bears go to San Francisco tomorrow night and lose, your Green Bay Packers are now the division leader in the North.
I think Green Bay's going to get win that division.
I was going
to beat Chicago. Yeah,
see it up that way. Kind of get. Let's show some highlights.
Here we go.
Texans and the Lions. Jim Schwartz Lions. The Lions have lost 8 consecutive times on Thanksgiving Day. And this one would head to overtime. Let's start early, though. First quarter, Matt Shaw, plenty of time. Finding Owen Daniels, or he should have found him. He was wide open.
Wide open.
You said it. Oh!
And Ndamukong Suh with the left foot there. I don't know.
Back-to-back.
Is that going to? Are we going to talk about that? Did he try to do that?
I'm sure it was discussed during the game. When we go back to last Thanksgiving, that was intentional. I don't know if you can say what happened today was intentional.
Coincidence?
Something like that. Yeah. All right. Second quarter, Texans ball trailing 7-0. Shaw rolling out. They do this so well. Roll one way and throw back.
Got to have an effective run game for this play to work. And Schaub and the Texans are one of the best at it. And Andre Johnson had a big game today, Paul.
That was 37 yards right there, Willie. Patience by Arian Foster. 6-yard touchdown. Game all tied at 7.
This is why he's the best in the NFL right there. The patience that he showed, waiting for the scene open, and he broke for his 3rd consecutive 1,000-yard season today.
Matthew Stafford always has a matchup advantage in Calvin Johnson, but when Jonathan Joseph is out, you can do that. 35 yards.
There is no defense for that man.
Mike Thomas, one of the supplements out wide for Matthew Stafford. Sidearm flip. Lions on top 14-7.
Stafford spread the ball around well today. He got everybody involved.
Andre Johnson was involved from the start. 43 yards. Manages to come up with it. Texans get the first down. Andre Johnson finished the first half, 3 catches, 87 yards.
Good concentration on that one.
Couple of plays later, Schaub buying time, finding Kevin Walter, 5 yards. Schaub taken down by Suh late.
I don't like that. Anytime Suh takes you down, it's violent and it doesn't look good.
He doesn't let anybody go down easy.
Third down and 7. Owen Daniels, game tied at 14.
Red zone, you always got to be aware of the tight end.
I think he just carved up some turkey.
Is that what he did?
Yeah.
He served it.
Sliced.
Matthew Stafford still has something he likes with Calvin Johnson. Touchdown. 22 yards out, Lions up 21-14.
It was great position by Allen Ball. It's just unfair with Calvin Johnson. His concentration, being able to go up, extend plays, being in the air, his height. It's just tough.
5 catches, 103 yards, and a touchdown in the first half. Huge play in this game. Justin Forsett up the middle. Looks like he is down, but he gets up. Whistle never blew. So he goes 81 yards for a touchdown. Now, every single scoring play is going to be reviewed. You don't need to throw a flag to have it reviewed. However, Jim Schwartz is going to go ahead and throw that challenge flag. Since all scoring plays automatically reviewed, Schwartz is called for unsportsmanlike conduct. The play is not reviewable, and the touchdown stands.
I don't get this. You know, I understand as a coach, you were supposed to know the rules and you have to know exactly what's going on, but this is ridiculous.
They should have put him in the
They were going to challenge. They were going to challenge the play anyways. That's Gunther Cunningham. Obviously, he's upset.
Drop kick of the book. Unbelievable play there. Unbelievable sequence. 24-24. Joique Bell. Was he untouched?
Untouched, and that was the parting of the Red Seas right there, Willie. This is what the Detroit Lions needed to do the entire fourth quarter when they kept throwing the ball on second and third down.
It's J.J. Watt with the defensive line coach Bill Kolar for the Texans. Lions next possession. 3rd down and 10. Stafford sacked by J.J. Watt for a loss of 7. Takes them out of field goal range.
That's a great makeup play. That happened to me in the Super Bowl. Got away with a big penalty. We scored. They called it back. I came back, got the sack. That's a good makeup play.
J.J. Watt had 3 sacks, or that was his 3rd sack. That's Schaub to Andre Johnson on 3rd and 8. 1st down and 10. Schaub to Johnson, and almost picked off by Chris Houston.
Seemed like that one got away from him. Just started floating in the air, and Houston's got to take advantage of his opportunities.
Andre Johnson had over 200 yards receiving last week. He didn't quite get there this time, but that's for 16 on 4th and 7. He had 188 yards receiving. 3 plays later, 3rd and 10. This is the scoring play from last week in overtime. Remember, against the Jaguars? No score there, but it gets 12 and a 1st down at the 13. 3 plays later, 2nd and goal, Arian Foster. Touchdown Houston, game all tied at 31.
He has a nose for the end zone.
Lions next possession, 3rd down and 10 on the Texans' 45. Looking for Calvin Johnson. Incomplete, and Willie, you said you didn't like that call. 3rd and 10.
Nah, I didn't like that call. I mean, you had Pettigrew on a double move. I think he was open. You just go ahead and get the 1st down. It was 3rd and 5 on that play. Get the 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
Lions ball now, Stafford to the rookie Ryan Broyles. Stafford making a nice play. Perfect touch to his left, 40-yard gain.
Broyles had a big day today, and he filled in for Titus Young. I always say opportunity meets preparation.
Brandon Pettigrew makes the catch, but stripped by Manning. Ball recovered by Darryl Sharpton. The Texans take over on their own 35. With the football now, Schaub fakes the end around, finds Andre Johnson. Again, 9 catches, 188 yards for Johnson today.
Who said Andre Johnson lost a step? I want to know those people that's talking about
See where he came back to the ball, man. That's a big play.
He's a vet.
Looking pretty good these last couple of weeks. 3rd and 14, Arian Foster thrown for a loss of 2. So next play, Shane Graham from 51 yards out in overtime.
That was after the Jim Schwartz freeze play. So he got him with the freeze play, right, Paul?
He froze him. That was almost good, but the bottom line, no good. Lions take over.
He didn't want to look at it.
Premature celebration.
On their own 41, there would be another missed field goal coming up here. Lions next possession. Stafford wants Tony Scheffler. Has it, leaps over Bryce McCain and picks up 14.
That's a great play right there.
3 plays later, facing 3rd down again, 3rd down and 10. Stafford wants the rookie Ryan Broyles, but hits the ground before Bryce McCain can make the interception. Lions forced to punt.
Unfortunately for Broyles, he had a big day, really like you said, but that's the one he's going to remember.
2nd down 5. Schaub intended for Keyshawn Martin. Kyle Vanden Bosch will never have a better chance.
Could have ended the game. He could have ended it right there.
It'll never be easier. This one picked off by Chris Houston, and the Lions are in business.
Houston picks off Houston.
You like that, huh?
I like it. Houston, we have a problem.
You have a big problem if you're Detroit. Or if you are Houston, you have that issue. Lions next possession, 3rd down 11. Stafford to Tony Scheffler. Well-placed ball, 14 yards. Lions 1st down on the Houston 28. Couple of plays later, let's bring out the veteran Jason Hanson and just let him end this, right?
Wrong.
Yeah, he's a given.
Almost.
Wrong.
Lions take over on their own 37.
Only in Detroit.
Schwartz can't believe it. I don't know how you hit the post.
Not even wind to blame, not even cold. Texans next possession. Schaub to Andre Johnson. He continues his monster day. 23 yards, and the Texans now in field goal range.
Got a little nervous. I saw that ball on the ground. I was like, I hope it's not a fumble.
Yeah. Well, then you get scared if you're a coach. Do I throw the flag? Do I wait? What do I do?
And Shane Graham thought about missing that. Did you see that?
He tried.
He thought about pulling that one too far to the left. But it's good from 32 yards out, and the Texans win in overtime, 34-31. That's how Houston moves to 10-1, and how the Lions fall to 4-7. The Lions have lost 9 consecutive times on Thanksgiving Day. Here's Matthew Stafford moments after the loss.
Colts and the Lions. Andrew Luck, he's not going to come into Detroit and win this game, is he? Matt Stafford saying, oh, no, he's not. Second quarter, Lions ball, leading 10-7. This looked to be a blowout early. Here's Matt Stafford looking deep down the sideline for Calvin Johnson. Yeah, Calvin Johnson, one-handed grab. Seen it plenty of times. Yeah, there, Mike's a great. Yeah, that's Calvin Johnson. That would lead to a 6-yard McKellar touchdown run. Lions up 17-7. Ensuing Colts possession. Luck looking deep. Look at Kobe Fleener, just like it was Stanford last year. Fleener's first NFL touchdown. Colts down 17-14. They would be down 23-14 at the half. See, all rookies know how to dance, but touchdowns or not, they know how to dance. Third quarter opening possession. Luck looking deep for Donnie Avery. Avery makes the catch despite being interfered with. That would lead to an 11-yard Vic Ballard touchdown run, the first run of Ballard's career. Colts trail 23-21. 3 Lions possessions later, Matt Stafford. Let's see a frozen rope. Calvin Johnson got it, rolls into the end zone, touchdown. Remember we were worried about Calvin Johnson? That's a Michael Jordan dunk from the NBA Slam Dunk Contest like almost 20 years ago. Look at Calvin into the end zone, 171 yards and a touchdown for Calvin on the day. Lions up 30-21. Fourth quarter, 3rd and 10 from the Detroit 40. Andrew Luck looking for T.Y. Hilton. Instead, he gets picked off by Don Carey, who returns it to the 45-yard line. Luck's third pick of the game. This should have been it, right? It's over now. Lions have the ball, down 12, 6.5 minutes, it's over. Scary moment, though, watch as Carey knocks Bruce Arians over on the sideline. Arians, though, would be okay. Lions couldn't capitalize, so ensuing Colts possession. 2nd and 5 from the Detroit 49-yard line. There's Luck, nearly picked off by Drayton Florence. He will come to rue that play, coming up in 3, 2, 1. 2 plays later, Luck buys some time. Levon Brazil behind Florence. It's a touchdown. Colts down 33-28 with 2 timeouts left. So the Lions looking for a chance to run out the clock and win this game. 3rd and 5. They give it to McAllister, and he gains a yard. Lions have to punt with a $1:14 left to go. Still, this is not going to. Andy Luck's not going to come all the way downfield and win this game. He's got no time left. He's got no timeouts. There's no way he can do it. 3rd and 1. Luck. Reggie Wayne. 27 yards. First down at the 40. Luck wants to spike it. 5 plays later, 18 seconds left. Luck looking for Reggie Wayne. Wayne can't hang on. 14 seconds left to go. Looked like that could have been a missed opportunity. The Colts are not going to win this game now. That was their play. 2 plays later, 3rd and 10, Matt Stafford. I can't look. Just tell me what happens at the end. Luck looking for Donnie Avery. And it overthrown. Oh, that was their chance. There's no way the Colts win this one. It's 4th down. They got to get in the end zone. What does Andrew Luck do? Buys time. Look at Avery over the middle into the end zone. Colts win. Colts win 35-33. That groan from the rest of the AFC playoff chasers who go, are you kidding they won this game? 35-33 is your final.
It happened under the lights Sunday night in Green Bay. A little snow.
I'm no good when it's snowing. You can get that.
Will Ferrell looks like a thin Andy Reid there, by the way. Aaron Rodgers. Well, it did a little bit. Packers won 20 straight over the Lions at this place. Are you kidding me? So what do the Lions do? 4th and 1, opening drive, Matthew Stafford on the bootleg.
Yeah, everybody jumps in and try to get that. And then you got 2 guys out
that's
here.
That's the extra man right there.
Calvin Johnson.
That was covering Calvin Johnson. That should have been on the other side.
So the Packers driving. Rodgers, most sacked quarterback in the league, hit by Lawrence Jackson. He fumbles. Stephen Tulloch recovers. That's been a problem for the Packers all year.
You never hear Aaron Rodgers complain.
Nope. So here comes Detroit driving the ball again. Matthew Stafford looking for his old college roommate at UGA, Chris Durham, giving new meaning to the Lambeau Leap.
What a catch, man. What a wonderful grab. One-hand stab. It is called focus, man. Look at that. That's your S&M brain.
Go shake his hand.
And props from the All-Pro right there, too. 2 plays later, Stafford to Tony Scheffler, and it's 14-zip, guys.
Scoop it up, dig it up, dig it up.
Don't do it with a teammate. Joik Bell, you get flagged.
Ow, catch it.
Come on.
What was that?
This is the play of the game. Matthew Stafford is, that thing needed a handle.
Gotta be on bloopers.
Mike Daniels recovers, scoops, scores, 43 yards out, and is the big fella going to make it, guys?
He's going to try.
Get him on up there.
Oh.
But one more look. This really is the play of the game because the Lions were moving again.
They don't call that an
empty hand.
14-10 Lions at the break. Third quarter, same score. 3rd and 6. Rodgers, the athlete he is, keeping the play alive, and all the Lions looking downfield, and Randall Cobb
had a great game. Randall Cobb had 100 yards, but he got to make that play right there.
Yeah, and Ndamukong Suh, you can't make that play.
Why does he always do stuff like that?
But why you can't push the quarterback?
Well, he
can't push Aaron Rodgers. That's the MVP of last year.
Push him.
You can push them dudes from Kansas City.
5 plays later on 3rd and 4, Rodgers I'll take it myself. His first rushing touchdown this year and holding it up.
Yes, sir. So many teams playing that 2-man. Everybody's running with everybody. And look, and you leave Aaron Rodgers. Look at that. Look at the DB and everybody's running with
They're doing their job.
Exactly. And that's what Aaron Rodgers has to do more of when they're trying to take away his passes.
And not an MVP leap, though. Little short. You're a better athlete than that,
The ball
Aaron.
got a little high.
4th quarter, tied at 17. Ryan Grant dusted him off. Just signed this week.
I tweeted about this. I was like, what? Why have they been waiting? For what? Why had they not signed this guy?
That was his only rush of the game.
Go.
2 plays later, DeJuan Harris, the kid out of Troy, played for the Jags last season, taking it in from 14 yards out.
He hit that old end, Marshall.
That's how you get in there, by the way. Next Packers drive. Rodgers on 3rd and 11, looking for his new favorite receiver, Randall Cobb.
How much time you gonna give him?
Cobb,
really?
7 catches, a $102. That one covered 38. 3 plays later.
So many ways you can use Cobb.
3rd and 7, Rodgers looking for Greg Jennings, but that one's just thrown out of the end zone. So we'll kick
that's
the
just a
field
little
goal.
timing. You can tell their timing is not what it used to be.
Yeah.
We used to watch them make this play all the time.
No call on Nick Fairley, by the way, just to let you know. Ensuing Lions drive, 4th and 10. Stafford, it's incomplete. So the Packers hang on for the 7-point win. Detroit has now lost 5 in a row and 21 straight.
Wow.
Up at Lambeau Field. That's the way it goes. Ron Rivera, a happy man. He used to be the DC there in SD. If you're following me. Arizona looking to snap a 9-game slide, taking on the Lions and Calvin Johnson. 7th consecutive 100-yard game. Time Charles Hennigan and our own Michael Irvin for an NFL record. He had 10 for 121. Matthew Stafford. Picked by Greg Toller.
Somebody's got to tackle that guy.
Somebody better hold it up.
102
Somebody
yards.
better hold it up.
Arizona gets its first win since September.
It is.
They scored 38 after having scored 42 in their previous 4 games combined. When they win, they do it in style.
The Falcons coming in, they're looking to clinch home field advantage. They would end up doing that, and Calvin Johnson came into this game 182 receiving yards shy of breaking Jerry Rice's all-time single-season receiving record. In the first quarter, 3rd and 2, Matthew Stafford to Calvin Johnson. 49 yards, guys, right off the bat. We had a feeling this was going to be a big night.
Yeah, and it was a great catch, but it was also a great route. They gave him a little rub route, a little pick for him to open it up for him.
But the Lions, being the Lions here, Mikel LaShore, he fumbles. Hooray, Jerry recovers for the Falcons. So Calvin Johnson disappointed after that play. Doesn't want a turnover, but don't worry, Calvin. We'll be seeing a lot of you tonight. 3rd and 1, Falcons, Matt Ryan way deep to Roddy White. How about that bomb?
Unbelievable throw by Matt Ryan. And look, they took a shot here. It's 3rd and 1. They weren't going for the first down. They went for the home run. Great throw by Matt Ryan and a great catch by Roddy.
All right, Falcons up 7-0. Next Lions possession. Calvin Johnson with another grab, 18 yards. That leads to a Jason Hanson field goal. So the Lions trail 7-13. 3. At that point, Johnson was 112 yards shy of Rice's record. Here's a second quarter. Ryan to Roddy White, 39 yards for the touchdown.
That's your play, Sean.
That's my play. That right there is great play calling by Dirk Cutter. Does a great job. It's basically a fake toss. We call it a fake toss right, go screen left, and great blocking by the offensive lineman downfield.
Well, it worked. Here's Matthew Stafford. Guess who he's looking for? Calvin Johnson, but...
Wow, not good. This is one he would like to have back right here.
Yep, Robert McClain recovers for the Falcons and returns it down to the 40. Johnson is bumming a bit on that one, but he'd be all right. There's Matt Ryan to Julio Jones in the back of the end zone, 16 yards. A little uncertainty, ref. What do you call? It's a touchdown. We're going to call that a touchdown. Let's take another look. Jones does a great job of getting both feet in
nice
bounds.
Toe tap. I mean, that was a matter of inches.
That's unbelievable right there. And that right there is why they need home field advantage, because you don't make that catch and you don't drag those feet if you're playing at Lambeau.
Falcons were up 21-3, 42 seconds left. Calvin Johnson with the reception, 22 yards. He now has his 8th consecutive 100-yard receiving game. He passes our own Michael Irvin, and he's 65 yards shy of that record. Let's go to the third quarter. The Lions' first drive of the half. Calvin Johnson add 14 yards to the tally. He's now 51 yards shy of Jerry Rice's record. And that led, more importantly, to a Mikel LeSure touchdown run. So the Lions trail 21-13. Same score, Stafford to Calvin Johnson. Again, 26 yards. This is where everybody's starting to get excited. It's a first down, and Johnson is just 25 yards shy of the record at this point. This is when we knew it was probably going to be a reality.
We thought it was on this play right here.
2nd and 7.
There it is.
That was only 21 yards, so he's 4 yards away from the record.
Keep feeding the guy.
Give credit to Stafford.
21-16 at the end of the third. Here's the fourth quarter. It's time for more Falcons offense. 15 yards for the first down to Roddy White, up to the 43-yard line. 1st and goal. Ryan to Michael Palmer for the 1-yard touchdown. The Falcons.
Yeah, 2 guys open on that play, Sean.
The fullback was wide open coming on the flat. He was looking for that guy, that backside drag tight end. I caught a pass like that one day, Willie.
Sure you did, buddy.
It's 28-16 Falcons. 1st and 10. There's Calvin Johnson. That was supposed to be Calvin Johnson. It's intercepted.
Stafford almost ruined the record night.
Yeah, so the record would have to wait for a bit there for Johnson. Next Lions possession, Stafford to Calvin Johnson for 26 yards.
That's history, folks. That's history.
He broke Jerry Rice, the Hall of Famer's record. He has 1,871 receiving yards at this point. 204 yards on the night. The Falcons win 31-18. What a night for Calvin Johnson. And even though the Lions get the loss, what has been a dismal season, a big night for the city of Detroit. They have some reason to celebrate. 225 yards.
Bears and the Lions. Chicago trying to squeak in the playoffs after starting 7-1. Meanwhile, Calvin Johnson trying to become the new CJ2K, just 108 yards away from 2,000 on the season. Lions ball, no score. Second play of the drive. 1st and 10, their own 37. Stafford to Calvin Johnson, 90 yards away from 2,000 now. This drive would end in a 44-yard field goal. Lions take a 3-0 lead. Ensuing Bears possession looks just like it did at Vanderbilt. Jay Cutler, bubble screen to Earl Bennett, 60 yards and a touchdown. Bears lead 7-3. Bennett, 5 catches for 109 yards and that touchdown on the day. Second quarter, Lions trailing 10-3. 2nd and 10 from their own 33. Matthew Stafford in the pocket. He's sacked. And Julius Peppers falls on it. Recovers down at the Lions' 10-yard line. 1st and goal for Chicago. Watch it again right here. Israel Idonije just knocks the ball out of Stafford's hand for the sack and the fumble. 4 plays later, Matt Forte gets a touchdown. Who said he doesn't get red zone carries? Well, with Michael Bush out, he does. Bears lead 17-3. Lions have the ball back. Stafford looking for Tony Scheffler. Picked off by Tim Jennings, who's done this a couple of times this season. Returns at 31 yards all the way to the Lions' 23. The drive would end in a Lindo Mare field goal. Jennings with his 9th pick of the season. 3rd and 10 on the Bears' 25, 17 seconds left in the half. Matt Stafford, Chris Durham for the 27-yard touchdown. Lions going to the break down 20-10. Moving on to the third quarter, 1st and 10, their own 47. 4th play of the drive. Stafford looking for Calvin Johnson. Looks like the same play as the first one of the highlight. 18 yards. Johnson has 41 yards in the game, 67 away from 2,000. 2 plays later, 2nd and 9 in the Bears 34. Stafford, Calvin Johnson, again. Johnson is now 43 yards away from 2,000. 3 plays later, 3rd and goal in the Bears 10. Stafford, Will Heller gets the 10-yard touchdown. Lions only trail 20-17. Let's see the dance by Will Heller here. Hang on a second. Okay. I'm going to slap hands, and I'm going to... I don't quite know what that was. Snowblower, possibly? Not sure. 4th quarter. Lions trail 26-17. 3rd and 10, their own 32. Stafford scrambles, runs up the middle for a gain of 4. Hit hard at the end of the play. Stafford goes down. He gets crunched by a couple of Bears. Unnecessary roughness. Watch again. Lance Briggs called for hitting Stafford late. The Lions would have punted, given new life by the Bears penalty. 3 plays later, 1st and goal from the 9. Brian Robisky. It's everybody not named Calvin Johnson scoring touchdowns today. Lions trail 26-24. 2 possessions later, Bears ball, same score, 3rd and 3. Jay Cutler scrambles. Look at that nimble Jay Cutler go. 19 yards. Cutler gets the first down. Bears hold on to win 26-24. Still need help to get in. The Lions finish the season on an 8-game losing streak.